Hey sweet friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today, once again, I am sharing some brand new items that I'm finding out at Dollar Tree. This is one of my favorite videos that I put out because it's fun to go see all of the new things or what's new to me. Sometimes it's so funny because the brand new items that I'm finding you all have had out for like a month or so, but to me, these are brand new, so they are newish items to everyone. And it's really fun just to take a few minutes to give them a complete makeover. Today we are making some projects that will be perfect for like winter DIYs and everyday use. There's a couple of Christmas things in here, but I have some really fun ideas. I do want to give a huge thank you to Fetch for sponsoring today's video, but let's go ahead and jump on into the crafting. There must have been a lot of items that Dollar Tree didn't get in at like the beginning of the Christmas season because these houses were new to me. So I was so excited to find these. I knew we could make these over into some gorgeous everyday decor pieces. So this isn't even like a winter DIY. This is just something you could use all year. But you could definitely trade this out to make it more wintry or for a Christmas DIY. But they had a lot of potential. So the first thing I did was pull off the wreath. It had some little red berries on it. I'm just going to pull that off and reuse the wreath. I also took off the little roof pieces at the top. I love using that flat scraper. It's kind of like a putty tool, but there is so many things you can do with it, and it's perfect whenever you are trying to pull off those glued on pieces to make sure you're not going to break anything in half by pulling it straight up. So I always recommend wedging that flat piece in between it to get off like the 3D items. Now for this, I wanted to take advantage of that beautiful home word with the wreath circle, so I'm just covering up the holidays. So like I say, this could be used for every day. So using a glue stick, I glued some gorgeous like black ivy paper on the bottom. This is going to give it more of like a modern farmhouse look, but I went ahead and trimmed off the excess at the bottom and sanded that down, and then peeling up the paper because it did rip, and I knew if I just painted over it that you would be able to see all that texture underneath. So I am trying to make it look like it is smooth and nice. So sand that down and try to get as much of the paper off the top without hurting the home word. I didn't want to add more scrapbooking paper to the top, so I just went with a coordinating black color and then re-glue on the little wreath. And then I wanted these lines to look a little bit better because I didn't use painter's tape or anything. So just using a thin piece of ribbon, maybe it came from Walmart, I think it was in like a big gift pack, but just kind of going over the edges. I did glue the top pieces down and then decided I wanted another piece of ribbon at the top of the home word. So I did try to wedge that in there, but did end up having to tack down the roof pieces again because they did pop up. Making over this house project just got me so excited for next year. I know we've been in like seasonal crafts so long, and as much fun as it is to decorate for Christmas, it's always fun to make projects that we can enjoy every day in our homes. I couldn't stop at just one house, so they had different styles, so I picked up a second one. Once again, pulling off the wreath. I didn't reuse this piece. I am just taking the scraper and getting the glue off because I am going to be gluing down more paper. Now for this one, I thought it would be fun to actually cut out strips and give it like a pattern design. So picking out some scrapbooking pages that actually coordinate a little bit together but do have contrast, I used one of Dollar Tree's wooden planks, like these chunky little planks, to use as the kind of outline or pattern to use as my straight edges. So I cut out a ton of strips that was that same size, and then going in a pattern, I glued them all down, and love how this kind of turned out to be like a striped pattern. So instead of painting this, because I knew it would be too hard to cover the words, there's glitter on the words, but this is just covering everything, and then gluing the roof on the top just kind of seals the deal and makes it look like it was made this way. So many ways you could decorate this. I thought it would be fun with an initial. I found this little family word at Hobby Lobby, but I actually wanted to use a little heart. So I am using a blessed sign that was left over from fall Dollar Tree stuff, as well as this little wooden heart. And it was pink on one side, so I am flipping it over to get the wood side. I just had to scrape off the adhesive, but another fun design. And I love the stripe pattern, getting the gingham as well as the tree patterns. Dollar Tree is always putting out new little canvas signs. These are actually like hardboard signs, but I love grabbing these because of the little piece on the front. So if you don't love exactly how it looks, you can always trade it up. I am pairing this with some of these small little signs with a wood bead hanger. These are newer to me. Once again, I feel like maybe Dollar Tree was just slow at getting them. They are a Christmas piece. I thought it would be fun to kind of put these together. I am stealing the little front plate from these signs, once again using that little putty tool, and you're able to really get in there and pick it up without breaking it, and especially like bending the corners over or anything. So just trying to get that up as easy as I can, and then you can see there are a couple different sizes, but I didn't like that negative space obviously, and I didn't want to take the time to paint that with chalk paint. I was worried I would get it all over the frame, so I actually just went ahead and glued them down and then actually put some hot glue in the negative space areas. So I'm trying to build that up so then I can glue some ribbon and kind of frame it so you're not going to see any of the writing or any of the background print. So for the messy kitchen sign, I just had to put the ribbon on the edges to cover the white, and then for the other one, I did have to trim it all the way around. Let me know what brand new items that you're finding out at your store right now, or any dollar store for that matter. I know right now more than ever all year it's the most important time to try to budget, save money where you can, and just be like super money savvy. So I have a really fun money making hack for you, and that is by using the Fetch Rewards app. Once again, thank you to Fetch Rewards for sponsoring this video, but I do love using Fetch Rewards, and they really help out, especially during the holidays, because you can earn free money back. Fetch Rewards is an easy to use app that's free to download, lets you earn rewards back on anything that you're buying. So you open the app, scan in your receipts from anywhere or any purchase, and you will earn points back that you can redeem for hundreds of rewards, including Visa and Amazon gift cards. The Fetch Rewards app does all of the work for you, so whether you are out Christmas shopping or grocery shopping, running errands, you're on a date night, you're eating out, anything that you have to do, all of these points that you get after scanning in your receipt will accumulate and let you turn into some big bucks. You're just taking a couple of seconds scanning in that receipt in the app, and your points will show up instantly, and you'll be able to turn those into gift cards that you can actually spend. They offer gift cards back to Target, Amazon, Starbucks, my favorite restaurants, so many to pick from, so you'll definitely have to check it out. You can just scroll through and see all of the gift cards that will be available. It can show you how many points or how far away you are from getting those rewards. So I love that it's so easy to use, and you don't have to go in and try to pre-select anything, but it's letting you earn those points back on purchases that you're already making. I try to do this the second it comes out so I don't forget about it, because I don't want to waste any of those points, and make sure that they are going into the app. Go check the link down in the description box, and you can earn 3,000 points after you scan your first receipt. Also use code KraftsbyKatelyn. I'll put that up here on the screen. Once again, all of that information will be down in the description box, so be sure to go get the app, because it is such a lifesaver, like I say, especially during the holiday season. Every time I pass a scroll sign like this from the Dollar Tree, I have to grab it. I just feel like there's something really cool about it. You can hang them from shelves, make them wall art, and make them over pretty easy. So I was going for a winter DIY here, so I picked up one of these gorgeous snowflake placemats, and I love the fabric on here. So I started by just pulling out the seams and pulling the backing off. Now, just putting this white fabric on top of my scroll, you could see that glittery red font through it very easily. So I did grab a couple pieces of cardstock, just white cardstock, glue that down on top. This is also going to make it extra like stiff and sturdy, I felt like. So just cut off the edges so I didn't have any overhang, and then glued that fabric over the top. I did have some raw edges on the sides, and you definitely could have left extra material or fabric that you could have folded over and glued it down, but I just wanted to cover it up, so I never really got a chance to use much of this pom-pom ribbon this year, even though I got several rows of each color. So I was excited to put that on the edge. I feel like it gives it a lot of detail and just extra fun, kind of like a whimsical look. And then I wanted to decorate this little sign, so I'm using some wooden pieces. I used this light up snowflake. I just pulled the front piece off, as well as a little bless sign, and I ended up painting them. I painted the snowflake with a bright like blue color, and then just dry brushed over the bless sign with a little bit of white, but then I add in a glittery snowflake that I feel like made the whole thing. I originally thought I would put like a snowman or something, but I feel like snowflakes and just a subtle little word that didn't say let it snow could even last as long until like springtime. But this is the glittery snowflake I was talking about. I just had it in my stash. It came from Walmart. It was like $1, I think, or less, and I glued that over the top, and I love the sparkle that it adds, but also adds that 3D dimension and just looks really pretty. So walking past this, I actually passed it up and my husband found it, but it's this really cool pouring medium. I didn't know that Dollar Tree even came out with this, so I don't know how new it is, but it's definitely new to me. I've never seen anything like this at Dollar Tree or used it, but in the directions it says you are supposed to mix it with acrylic paint. I tried to look it up because it doesn't say on the bottle, and a lot of people online were saying mix it 1-to-1 ratio. I know for a fact that I didn't put as much acrylic paint as I did the actual pouring medium, so it is a little bit less, it is a little bit runny. If you do make this, I would try to start with less medium, maybe add that in later. I read somewhere you're supposed to have like pancake batter consistency, but I am mixing this with a couple of different shades of red and then mixing one with white. And I thought it would be so fun to actually pour this over Dollar Tree's big round ornaments and get that fun like marbledy effect. You are supposed to paint over this when you're finished with some clear coat. I actually skipped that for this video, but I do want to take them outside and spray them. I just feel like it would give it more of that pop of shininess that I'm going for. But these are the ornaments I went for. I had clear or white, so I just put them in like an old shoebox with some styrofoam and some dowel rods, so they are up in the air and nothing is messing them up from setting them on the table. And then you're supposed to take 1 cup and pour all of your colors into it, kind of layering them up, and then when you pour it over what you are trying to paint, it gives it this really cool marbled effect. So I love how this turned out. I hadn't really worked with pouring medium before, but something I will definitely do again. My daughters were so impressed. They are dying to try this for themselves. So many different colors that you could go with for decorating like different trees. My daughters would have loved like a pink one or a blue one, but for this I thought it was fun just to use the red, and you can see how cool it looks when it is trying to coat the entire thing and dripping down the front. I ended up just leaving these and letting them completely dry overnight, and they have the coolest effect. All of the excess just drips down in the box, so this worked so cool. I added the lid back on, glued a bow on the top. On this one, it didn't get covered completely in the back, but I can always go back in and kind of touch it up if I wanted to, or just spin that side to the back. I added some joy words or letters to the front, but really cool. Like I say though, I definitely recommend spraying these with some clear just to give it more of a shiny look. The next thing that I found were these glass containers. I was so excited. They look like little milk jugs kind of, but they're just a really cool design. They look like they have sprinkles all over them. That little thing in the middle kind of looks like a snowflake, kind of looks like a flower, so you could use it all year. I did get several of them so that I will be able to use them on into springtime, but to just do like a different unique project, I hurried up and painted mine with this blue paint. I think it's the agave color from Waverly, and then sanded that down so that all those little dots kind of shimmered and showed up. You could see all of the details, and then stuck in some white poinsettias as well as some white ribbon. In the glassware section, they had these little home candles. I love how the home word is like indented in there, and I knew these would also be really great glass containers to paint. So just painting one white and one with like a moss colored green. I'm just trying to completely coat these, and then after they dry, I do take some sandpaper and kind of go over them so that home is really going to pop off, and then blend it in just by sanding like the lid of the jar, or not the lid, but the top of the container. And these are just really cute projects that you could use all year. I always get excited for the new canvases that Dollar Tree puts out. These say sketched canvas, but they're like pre-sketched with different designs. They look really neat. They would be so fun for a craft party or family project. I went ahead and grabbed all of them that I saw. I also saw one that had a sloth on it. I left that one behind. But for this, I actually used some watercolor markers. I love checking Ross for their art supplies. They have like really cheap, good deals. So I love picking up paintbrushes in there, as well as just fun little unique finds that I find and stock up my craft room or build my crafting stash. But I am using this blue watercolor marker and painting the coffee cup blue. So I was thinking like doing more of like a winter themed cocoa bar or coffee bar, just kind of a little area that could expand past Christmas into January and February. My girls have had so much fun kind of fixing up their own little warm fun drinks like cocoa, so I thought this would be cute to not just put it all up after Christmas, but extend it out by adding in some of these winter decorations. So I thought this was perfect, adding in glitter by hot gluing over this steam, and it just was so shiny and beautiful. It definitely reminded me of a wintry hot cocoa mug. So that is what I'm dressing this one up for. And then for the other canvases, I actually think they would be really great gift ideas. So I'll be pairing those with just some markers, and you could easily just stick this in for a last minute gift or for a stocking stuffer, but just a really fun, cheap project that the whole family could enjoy. I know that my daughter would absolutely love to get this in her stocking or wrapped under the tree, but just paired with some markers, this instantly looks like a really fun gift. Thank you all so much for coming along and crafting with me today. I want to go ahead and say happy holidays and Merry Christmas, just in case you don't see me again before Christmas. Thank you all for watching and supporting me all year. It means so much. I love connecting with you all and getting to talk to you all in the comments, meeting some of you all out shopping at town. So much fun. I know right now can be super stressful. Treat yourself by earning some free money back. Go get the Fetch Rewards app. Once again, thank you to Fetch Rewards for sponsoring today's video. All the information will be down in the description box, and you can earn those 3,000 points back using code KraftsbyKatelyn, and just don't miss out on your points that you can cash in for gift cards to spend to all of your favorite places. Don't get to the thumbs up button. Make sure you are subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy crafting. Bye.